Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Inner Healer. I'm Shakri, and today we're going to be talking about jealousy. Are people actually jealous of you, or is it all in your mind? What does it mean for someone to be jealous of you? How to deal with jealousy if you're dealing with it in your immediate space? What do you do to combat it? What do you do to stay away from it? How do you deal with jealousy, basically? So, jealousy is defined as jealous is defined as feeling or showing envy of someone of their achievements or advantages. So a lot of people will say like this person is jealous of me or that person is jealous of me. And sometimes that's not the case. But hear me out. Sometimes that's actually not the case. But if it is the case, then we have to know how to deal with it so that we can combat it. We have to know how to get away from it because we don't want to stay in in an environment where we feel that type of energy. So how like what is going on? How do we deal with this? Well, first things first, you have to check yourself. I always tell people to check themselves in any situation, in any relationship, because in order to be in a relationship, it takes more than one person. You're not in a relationship with yourself, that's a whole different story because I feel like the flesh is in a relationship with the soul, but hey, that's a different story for a different day, right? But in any relationship, it takes two, right? So if you're in a relationship, a friendship, a situationship, a workship, whatever you want to call it, and you feel that someone else is jealous of you, please, 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 please check your temperature first. Check your own temperature. And I say check your own temperature because what in you is attracting that type of person towards you? Now, I know people will be like, oh, what do you mean about me? I need to check myself. I'm talking about the other person. But in a situation, you are included in that. So you cannot exclude yourself when you're trying to come up with a solution. You have to include yourself and see what part you play in that because you definitely play a part in that. In any relationship, like I always say, if you are a mirror, we are mirrors of each other. We are a reflection of each other. So anyone that comes in our life, it's not by chance. It's always by choice, because in order to have that relationship, you have to have let that person enter into your world, enter into your energy space, right? So it's like, and it doesn't happen. There's no coincidences on a person crossing paths either, because if you cross my path, then there was a reason for you to cross my path. But for you to get inside of my space, that was actually my choice. So what in me attracted you to me? And that's what we have to really figure out, because we are so quick to point the finger at someone else when all along we are a reflection of that other person. Is that something that you don't like about yourself? Do you show jealous tendencies towards someone else about something else? This person might be jealous of you for whatever it is that you think that they're jealous of you for, but what are you jealous of someone else for? So oftentimes people can see the light in you. So the light in you, it shines so bright that everyone else can see it. So yes, as the light, you can attract all kinds of things to you. But remember, they've only crossed your path. Now, in order for them to be in your energy space, it was a choice that you made in order to let them in. It's our choice to let anyone in and stay around us. But we don't want jealous people around us, right? So what made you notice that jealous tendency of them? Because they had to have done something for you to notice it. And how did it make you feel? But wait, if that's the reason why they are jealous of you, what did you do? Because one thing that we have to know too is we don't want to be around people that we feel like we have to brag around. We want to be around people who are elevating us. So if you're being around people and they're down here and you're up here, then you're already showing yourself an insecurity. You already done showed them that insecurity within yourself. Why? Because you know that they're beneath you. They know that they're beneath you. It's just an unspoken word, not a spoken word. It's an unspoken word. Like these are words that are heard without even being said out the mouth. It's the energy. You know that you have this light and there are people around you who have like a darkness around them, but you continue to stay around them. And then when they show that they're jealous of your accomplishments because you're telling them of your accomplishments, but they're not able to share those types of things with you. So why do you keep on going around these type of people and wanting to share that with them? That has nothing to do with them. Well, their jealousy has everything to do with them, but your insecurity has everything to do with you, because it just doesn't make sense. You're not equally yoked, but maybe you are. Like I said, that's an insecurity that you have within yourself, that you feel like you have to be superior of these people or this person. They always say you hang around 9 bosses, you'll become the 10th one. But also on the flip side of that, if you hang around 9 bitter Bettys, you're going to become that 10th one, right? And you don't want to hang around them because everything you do is a flex. Whether you feel like you're intentionally flexing or unintentionally flexing, they're beneath you. And it has nothing to do with them or you being like a better person. It's just at this point in time in life, you're doing better than them. And if they can't catch up, then what are you hanging around for? We need people, like I said before, that are going to elevate us, that we can elevate with together. If you're down here, I want to keep you down here. Or I want to put you up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the jealousy starts. Because if I'm only telling you what I'm doing, but I'm not showing you how it's done, then that means I want to keep you down here. And then that's something in you that has nothing to do with them. So don't say someone is jealous if you want to keep them down below you, down beneath you, for you to feel better about yourself. Okay? And then when people start to show signs of these things that we don't like about them, i.e. the jealousy, then we should never match their energy. We should get away from it, because that's called stink puss energy. And we don't have stink puss. So why would we want to be in that energy field? Why would we want to be in that space? It makes no sense. Like, I want to be around good energy. Bring me all of what I'm bringing you. Because if you decide that you're going to match their energy, guess what happens then? You become just as disgusting as you think that they are. But in my eyes, you're worse than them. Why? Because when you know better, you do better. So if you can see that and then you start to match that energy, that means that you don't care. And that means that you are actually on the same level as them. So all in all, no one's jealous of anyone. Y'all are on the same vibration. I remember back when Jay-Z said, I was who I was before I got here. And that rings so true, because once again, that person was already that person before you started hanging out with them. They were that person when y'all crossed paths. They were that person when y'all connected with each other. They've been that person, just like you've been who you are. So if they've been that person and you've been who you are, and the energy only elevates. Remember, we're elevating in life. So I was who I was before I got here. I've always been me. I've always had this light shining on me. I only attract light. If dark comes near me, yes, it's going to come near me, but it's not going to come in me. Like in my space. Yes, it can come near, but the light shines so bright, it's going to repel the dark. It's going to repel that stank puss energy. It's not going to let it in. It's not going to allow it in. We have to really be really self-aware. Aware of who we're letting in our space. Aware of who we're letting around us. Aware of what type of people we are dealing with. Because we're only dealing with reflections of ourselves. So that's all I really wanted to say. This conversation came about because, I have little cousins, and one of my little cousins was telling me oh, these girls are jealous of me. And it's more so like, no, boo-boo, what in you attracted them girls to you? And if you started to elevate, did you try to elevate them with you, or did you only try to flex on them? Because it comes a time where if you're only trying to flex on somebody, then you should let them go too. Why? Because you're only hurting yourself and them in the end. Why? Because they're going to start to be jealous because you're flexing on them. And you're going to call it hating when they saying whatever they're saying about you. But then you're hurting yourself because you decided that you wanted to flex on the people that that you let into your space. And then now a relationship is like fractured. It's, it's no more, because once a person shows you that they're jealous of you, you have to get away from them. You have to get as far away from them as possible, because a jealous person is a dangerous person. So I said to her before we hung up, I asked her, are you a boss or are you a bum? She said that she's a boss. Okay, so if you're a boss, you need to get bums away from you. But you have to check your energy too, because bum energy is trying to keep people where they are. Bum energy is not giving people the cheat code. If you have a way to make it out and you don't show your people, that's selfish. That's corny. And in my eyes, you're a bum too. That's just to me. And this was my conversation to her. And it's like, baby girl, you don't want to flex on the people that was with you shooting in the gym. They watched your struggle. They know your struggle. You know their struggle. You know everything that they're dealing with, because all in all, y'all were dealing with the same things. So if y'all were dealing with the same things and then you found a cheat code to get your way out, only share it with them. Don't flex on them. If they show jealousy after you didn't help them boss up, then yeah, it's your light that they're jealous of. And then you get them away from you. But I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you just said that you have to check your own energy. And if someone is showing you something, then that's only a reflection of yourself. Exactly. So always, always check yourself. In any relationship, you check yourself first, because you attracted that person into your space. But I don't want to ramble. That's my time. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.